Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 27th of November 2022 with FLOSSTUBE number 153. It's a lot to remember. Welcome back to my weekly instalment of my YouTube about cross stitching. If you can hear the rain, it's raining. It's like properly raining, just constant rain. What does that mean? I have to stay home and stitch, right? How terrible, but it is, yeah, it's a pretty dreary day. Heavy rain's forecast tonight, so yeah, it's been one of those weeks where we've had rain and then wind and then hot and then a bit chilly, and it's been very strange. Been a very busy week. Work's just been like blah. And we had a farewell on Thursday, I think. We had a lunch. My business analyst, my BA, who's been on my project, or a couple of projects since, I don't even know when, July 20, whatever last year was, 21, so what's that, 16 months or so. His contract's coming to end. The two projects are wrapping up, so you know, money's gone. I don't need him on the new projects that I'm doing. So yeah, we had lunch. We a very small core project team went off, and we had Korean fried chicken on Thursday at platform 145, and it was a lot. Huge meals. Of course we ate it all, but definitely no dinner that night. Also went to the ballet on Thursday night, which was Venus Rising, a triple bill by the Royal New Zealand Ballet. And those of you in the know, I love the ballet. I go 3 or 4 times a year, depending if there are 3 or 4 performances. And this was a triple bill, what do they call it? 3 celestial ballets, and it were all kind of more interpretive ballets. I don't know the actual terminology, despite having gone to the ballet 3 or 4 times since about 1999. So I love it. They were fantastic. All 3 were just wonderful, different but equally wonderful, and can't recommend it enough. So this ballet was postponed 4 times since I think May 2020 we were meant to go, and something happened that year, I don't know, and then it was postponed and then cancelled, and then was meant to happen last year and was cancelled and then was scheduled in February 2020, and New Zealand 22 this year, I think it was this year, and then New Zealand went back into a kind of not quite full but relatively restrictive setting with COVID, which meant you couldn't gather inside with more than 100 people, which the ballet is. So it got postponed, and finally we went, although we almost didn't go because we got there, handed the tickets in, and my friend had brought the tickets from February. It was like, these are the wrong tickets, but it's fine. They have a little booth ballet counter thing anyway that we could go in. They could print out the correct ones. That was kind of phew. Yeah, so it was really good. So that was Thursday night, late night, because you know that's how socialising goes. But yeah, pretty busy week. 3 days in the office last week. I'm only going to do 2 days this week because I think next week, the week after, I have to do 4 days in the office. Not because of work things necessarily, but also social things. Two days I've got social events, and 2 days I've got work events, so I need to be in the office 4 days. So this week coming, I'm just going to do 2 days in the office. Excuse my voice, it's been croaky. Allergies, not enough sleep, haven't spoken to anybody today except Dad briefly. Speaking of Dad briefly, yeah, poor old bugger, he's got a really bad flu, a horrible flu. Pretty sure it's flu. He's done a couple of rat tests and they're negative, and it's just definitely flu. If we didn't have COVID, we wouldn't even question whether it was flu or not. But anyway, long story short, I've just called him, and he's said it's definitely gone to his chest, which for him is a huge risk for pneumonia or pleurisy or both. and so he was heading into the hospital in Whakatane, which is what, a 40-minute drive to their sort of walk-in after-hours clinic they have there, and he was taking a bag just in case. So he definitely is going to need some antibiotics, but whether he has to go in for some help or I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, it's ongoing. But he's, you know, huge risk of for when you've got heart disease. Flus aren't good. Excuse me. I'll try and see if I can get my throat sorted. Not my throat, my voice. With a scalding hot cup of tea. It might help a little bit. Probably if I keep talking, it'll get better, or it'll get worse. We shall see. I did get a few things in because it's that time of month when I got my Rainbow Club and Silks for You in, because of course they come in the same package. So I also pulled the projects that I think they're for. So anyway, starting off, my Rainbow Club from Country Stitch, which is my monthly fabric club, which loosely I get a fat quarter of linen. I get a fat quarter every month, but I basically send Catherine a big list of stuff and set a cost cap, and just say, like, whatever, work your way through this list of stuff, which includes fabric and floss. But I did have a few fat halves, so and a fat half is, you know, $100 with shipping. So I got a fat half of 40 count Newcastle in the colourway Cody, which of course is a native tree. It's a huge piece of fabric in a really nice neutral, which has probably, I'd say colour wise, it reminds me a little bit of Picture This Plus, a couple of Picture This Plus pages, but a couple of Picture This Plus fabrics. However, it doesn't have the same very heavy mottling. It's much more subtle, which I quite like, but it's a nice mottling in the corners and stuff. Okay, so why did I need a fat half of this? Well, I have a Elizabeth Vautier chart, Under the Red Blues. I bought this a couple of years ago from her website in France, and it's very long and it needs a really long piece of fabric, so I'm going to do it on this. And I already bought the floss for it ages ago, which was a bunch of claret from Gentle Arts. What have I got, 5 skeins? Should be plenty. It calls for 13 skeins of DMC, but that is 2 strands over 2 on 32 count, and I'm going to be doing 1 strand over 2 on 40 count, and I also stitch really frugally, so I'm pretty sure that 5 would be enough, but I can judge by the time I get a certain way with it. If I've used too much, I can get another skein, and if the dye lot's slightly different, I'll just weave it in like you do, you know, it's fine. It's a variegated, well, subtly variegated thread. So I think that's going to look real lovely. No idea when I'm going to start it. So I need a huge strip of this. I need sort of half the width of it but I'll have a huge long sort of like 39-inch length by about, I think it's about 13 inches. I'm going to have a nice long strip, so plenty of fabric for some other projects. So I think that some of those projects might be the needfuls from the Scarlet House. This was the chart that lovely Judith passed on to me. She bought 2, so she gave me 1. So, and I had originally pulled some of this fabric, which is that 40 count mallow, which we established we hate because I bought heaps of it. So I was going to use that, which colour-wise is great compared to the cover picture. However, we're not going to use that, are we? I've always wanted to do this. This is a very Laura thing to do. We're not going to use that fabric. So we'll probably use this fabric, which will be a nice neutral, and I'll just kit that up with flosses and stuff. So I'll probably kit these two up and get them ready in the box. This calls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This calls for 8 classic colourworks, but I'll just cut up from stash. And then I also got my silks for you. The silks of the month. Sorry, the colours of the month. I always get them the wrong way around. PR144, PR127, PR006, and CM011. Very candy coloured. And then the silks of the month, which are the 5 by 10 metre skeins that are custom dyed for the club, just numbers 1 through 10. And these were for October 22, are just some lovely neutrals. Now it's quite cool because I often don't have enough browns when I go to kit things up from stash, so this is quite nice to have some browns and yeah, some really good browns. Funny that. So quite excited to have those. I haven't been subscribing to Tom and Lily Creations for a few months, just managing budget. I do still keep an eye on what's going on. And I saw their October club was just, I don't know, they showed it on the website like this, braided like that, and like, I mean, wow. So it's called Harvest, presumably inspired by Harvest, which, you know, isn't a thing for me necessarily because we don't really do the pumpkin thing, and obviously this time of year it's spring. However, I love these colours, and I just contacted her to see if she had any packs, and she did, so we did a one-off order. And now I hear that the November kit is also complimentary, so when I see it, I could very well order that as well. But here it is, not so beautifully displayed. And a lot of the colours in her club kits are actually from her stash, so if you do like from her line, if you do like the colours, you can go to her website and order them. You don't have to, yeah, but she usually has 1 or 2 colours for custom dyed. Look at that, beautiful. So we've got Baobab, which I think I already have that colour, Khaki, which I don't have that colour, Desiree, Terracotta, Cognac, I do have Cognac, oh, I can't read her handwriting, Châtaigne, don't know, Curcuma, I do have Curcuma, Carob, they're very similar but they are different, Rouille, and Chocolat. So I just love them so much. And some of these I'm going to kit up Idonalt with. So Idonalt was kindly gifted to me past the stash from oh gosh, I was going to say Serena, but it's not. Sabrina, and it's not going to be a exact, but I'm gonna, with this and, you know, a couple of other Tom and Lily I've already got, I think I'll be able to 9, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 11 called for colours and there's 12 there, so I'm going to be able to kit that up, I think. So it's going to have a little bit more green in it probably than what the chart is, but what a perfect opportunity, right? And I already pulled fabric for that a while ago, which was this, which I can't remember what it is, but I've written it down on a spreadsheet. It's 40 count, Toitoi, I think, from Country Stitch. So very excited to have those. Just when I saw them, I'm like, oh wow, that's going to be perfect. And you know, I wasn't going to buy the needlepoint silks for this, and I do like the look of this, but it doesn't have to look exactly like that. Do you know what I mean? I just want it to still be autumnal and stuff, and perfect opportunity. So I think instead of where the blues are, there's a couple of blues in there. Williamburg's blue, that's probably going to be a green or one of the other colours. So yeah, again, don't know when I'm going to kit that up. Sorry, I don't know when I'm going to start that, but it's just exciting to have a project in mind when they come through. And I've got a little bit of happy mail as well, from a lovely subscriber here in New Zealand. So a local lady, Jane, thanks Jane, she dropped off a couple of linen threads for me in my mailbox. I have two of them, but I don't have one of them. Just because I've got a project percolating that will use some of the linen threads from DMC. And yeah, lovely card, and thank you very much. So I do have quite a bunch of this now. I think I've got, what did I say, 13 or 14 of the colours. So DMC only brought out 24 colours, and I think they brought them out in 2 sets, sort of. And they're all very muted, which I like. But there's a couple, if anyone out there has L3012, so I have plenty of L3013, but it's slightly darker than this, it's a green. So it's a linen thread, which is what the L is for, so L3012, let me know. And also there's a burgundy, L902. So if anyone has a skein or a partial skein of that, let me know. Yeah, so L3012 and L902. I really appreciate it, but I don't know, may not be around. So that's that. Yeah, I think it's into my stitching. First up, we had my start for last week, which was Firebird Sampler from Tinsel Cross Stitch, which I was stitching on 35 count Toitoi by Country Stitch, using my own conversion from Silks for You. And it was start number 45 of 50, and I started it on Sunday and I finished it. I just couldn't put it down. I stayed up, probably why my voice is so croaky, I stayed up a couple of late nights, Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night I stayed up way too late. Actually, it might have been Friday night I stayed up way too late, because Thursday night I went to the ballet. Just wanted to get it, like, you get to a certain point, I just want to finish. Do you want to see it? It's amazing. I think it's amazing. So yeah, all my own silk conversion. It's similar to the design, but it's, the greens are more bluey green, just because I had two. And there it is. Just going to leave it up there for a minute. So, drunk with power, completely drunk with power, because all the colours, of course, are my own. And I made a few little changes. There's a few little tweaks that you probably wouldn't know. Just where so this kind of beigey zigzag here, this one here for some reason was lavender in the chart. Everything else was the same. So I just changed, well, actually I stitched it then pulled it out. So that got changed. A couple of these little red things here, this one here, or one of these ones didn't have the top row, so I added it, and a couple of them had the couple of stitches empty, like they were more checkerboardy, and the others were filled in, so I filled them all in. This was a mistake. This green in here was supposed to be blue, and I just picked up the wrong thread, so I didn't change it. Up in this corner, this bit here wasn't symmetrical, so I changed it so it fit in that corner. And a few other just minor little things where I think one of these ones on the side, somewhere in here, this one here is similar to this one up here, but this little bit here was different to here, so I just changed a couple of the things. I just tweaked little things where as I was stitching them I was like, oh, that's not the same as what I just stitched. So, but you know, it's, and other little errors that I just left in there, but so it's, you know, it's that thing where as you stitch it you kind of make little tweaks to it, but I'm so happy with it. Like, I love it so much. I don't have the mock-up anymore. I ripped it up because I rip up my paper copies as soon as I'm finished. I'm a bit like, done, you know, I de-stitch and I put the cottons back, the threads back, and I completely de-kit, because for me it's not done till I've de-kitted. But yeah, it is pretty lovely. So Tinsel Cross Stitch is on Etsy, and this mock-up is horrendous. Like, when you look at the mock-up, but I could see the potential, and I just absolutely love this piece. It's a sweet little sampler, and recommend it. Yeah, recommend it and giving it a go. Again, like, sort of chart that you need 2 greens, 2 blues, 3 purples, 2 different shades of red, a yellow, 2 browns and a grey. Like, it's really easy to change the colours. You can make the reds more orange, you can make them more blue, you could change the lavenders to pink, you could change them to orange. You know, with the blues you could go more teal, you could go more grey blue, you could go, like, it's so easy to change, because all you need is 2 that go nicely together but contrast. So happy with it. Yep, so that was start to finish. I just, yeah, too many late nights, really just, but I just loved stitching on it. It was a real easy stitch. So yay. So I will have to share that one on social media, because I haven't seen anyone else stitch that one. I was chatting with Susie, who I'm doing the Crowns of the Kingdom. Well, we're stitching it together. It's not like a formal stitch along, but you're welcome to. So we started this on the Queen Elizabeth II's memorial here in New Zealand when we had a day off. So we started on that day. I'm probably going to put something to do with that in that middle cartouche, when, like, her years as Queen or something. I don't know. We'll worry about that at the end. I'm stitching mine all on cord for, so 32 count antique white linen with the cord for Petite Treasure Braid, and Susie is doing hers with just a whole lot of metallics and beads and things from her stash. So she's going drunk with power with hers. So last time you saw this, I'd stitched these bits here. I had to fill in a little bit of this one. I had started stitching this, and when I showed it I realised it was too far up. So I'd done a little bit over here, done all that black there, 1 bird and a bit up here, and then I realised I had counted across from the wrong crown and it was too far up. So I was like, anyway, so I was talking with Susie on Messenger, and said, yeah, I needed to pick it up, but I was just wanting to finish my latest finish, so I was pushing for that. So last night, yesterday, after I got a chance to sit down, really, I frogged the bits that were wrong, frogged the mistakes, and then I sat up really late and I restitched. I stitched like a demon. It's a big frickin' motif, and then I still had the specialty stitches to do, and then I because there's some eyelets and some half road stitches, so I did them. I woke up early, so I got up and stitched it. So I've got that one in. So the silver stitches in this black box are half road stitches, and underneath are eyelets in gold, and in those 2 boxes there are eyelets in gold. But it's lovely. It's quite a big motif. It took quite several hours to stitch that one, but got that done. What is amazing is there's a lot to do. So done this one and pretty much done across, where are we? Across here, that one's done. That little one's done, but yeah, like, there's a lot still to do. So it's gonna take a little while. Having finished that now, I'm gonna put it away for a little while, because the metallics aren't as much fun. I need to tidy up down here. I've got a little loose thread down here, so I need to tidy that up. You know, not. I enjoy doing the metallics, and then having a break from the metallics is really, you know, I wouldn't want to stitch with the metallics all the time. They're not that much fun, but I do enjoy how sparkly it is, and yeah, it was kind of fun. So it was nice of Susie to remind me, and she's sharing her progress with me periodically, and yeah, hers has got some cool colours and some lovely extra beads and leftover treasures and stuff in it, so it's quite sparkly. Mine's sparkly, but hers is really sparkly. So I'd shown this last week, but I picked this up again to get a little bit more done. So Modern Folk Embroideries, Rule of Life, which I'm stitching on 40 count Parchment by Country Stitch with the Leo Roxy Yarn Co floss pack. This was start number 27 and of 50 this year, and I just did a little bit on it. I got this tree, this bird, that little star, and that's the J in the word object, because it's easy enough to count up, and then I can count the rest of that line off of that because it's in the right place. And it's, you know, path of least resistance, really. Yeah. Next up, berry bowl. And then another bird in a different colour. And then another tree the same. So yeah, berry bowl here. So that won't take very long to finish that. Because this only took me a couple of hours this morning, or maybe an hour and a half this morning to get these three in. Anyway, quite keen to get this one finished because, of course, I'm starting another Modern Folk Embroidery in a couple of weeks. I'm going to start the Jane Austen, I think it's the Jane Austen Stay Home, is it the Stay Home one? I can't remember which one it is. Speaking of Modern Folk Embroidery, oh shitballs, did you see Jacob has released the design, or shown the design for the 2023 Modern Folk Embroidery year-long sale. Doing it a bit different. He's releasing the whole chart pack, but I think there's a lot of it has multiple options, or two options, like flip a coin. So a little bit like, so if you want to sew a particular border, for example, there may be two designs, and you can flip a coin or throw a dart or tiny decisions wheel or whatever to choose which design will go there. So in theory, you'll end up with a whole lot of different outcome. People will stitch different things, and then there's an additional, like a supplementary chart pack you can buy. There's a center tree, I think it is, in the middle of the design. It looks like it's a little bit like a memorial tomb, and there's some additional designs that you can either buy the chart pack and stitch a different design in that center motif, or you can put all four together and just do a smaller piece. Anyway, it's amazing. I'm like, do I do it? Oh my god, I don't know. It's just a huge stitch, which is fine. Like, it's more like if I stitch it, what else does that mean I'm not going to stitch? You know what I mean? Like, it's a priority thing. I'm sure I'll buy the chart pack though. I'm not sure if I'll do a stitch along with it. I don't know. Anyone else thinking about it? It's freaking stunning. It's an amazing design. A couple of things to talk about, and then I've got the 5 giveaways to announce for the Pass the Stash charts that I had a couple of weeks ago. On FLOSSTUBE number 151, I think, was my 3-year YouTube anniversary, so I had some stuff. Anyway, I've got the winners. But a reminder that a couple of sales coming up, right? So next week, so I'm not going to start anything today. I'm going to wait till the 1st, for the 1st of December being, like, you know, first day of summer. I'm starting / hosting, kicking off the New Zealand Flowers, what am I calling it? New Zealand Flowers Ball Sale with the Cherry Parker New Zealand Flowers Cross Stitch Ball. So welcome to join with that. Had a note from her the other day saying, you know, she's really pleased to see that we're going to be stitching this. So yay, don't forget to let me know that you're stitching it. And that will be start number 46 of 50. And then starting in December, but I'm not sure when I'm going to start. I think either beginning of February or I'll just start at New Year's, is Judy and I are doing the Stitch Goddess sale from Tiny Modernist, and there's some details there. You can find this on, just look up Tiny Modernist Stitch Goddess. But Judy's going to start this because she needs to get it started before the end of the year to go into her no new starts / start all the things. I'm not sure which one she's doing, and I am not starting this until I've finished my 50 at 50, and because I think I'm going to start GG after I finished after my 50 at 50 ends, which is on Christmas Day. I'm then going to start GG by Nora Corbett with Judith, and we're maybe going to start that between Christmas and New Year. We need to organise getting together when I get back to Wellington, or soon after the New Year, sometime around then. That was succinct and to the point, wasn't it? It was excellent. So I'll quickly show the charts and announce who the lucky people were for the FLOSSTUBE 3-year Pass the Stash, whatever we want to call it. First up, we had Santa, was the key word. This is for a Lizzie Kate coming to town, Santa 11, little snippet. Just the chart, which was a Pass the Stash from Sam, so thank you, Sam. So the winner for Santa is Val. So thanks, Val. Congratulations. And then I had 2 charts that Sabrina passed on to me. These were the apple butter and orange marmalade, quite cute, little country style charts. And the winner for those 2 are Viv's Craft, so thanks, well done. So congratulations for that. The Long Dog Sampler arcade chart that Melissa gave me to pass on, thank you, Melissa. And the winner for that one is Meryl Brink, so thank you, Meryl, congratulations. You'll have to give me your details, obviously. Then we had a Pass the Stash, something I recently finished, which is the what's it called? My Heart's Design by Blackbird Design. So this was a Pass the Stash from Shan. So, and then I've stitched it now, so I'm passing it on again. The winner for Heart, that keyword was Heart, and that's Katie Kerr. So congratulations, Katie. And then the last one, the 5th one, was Griffins of the Kingdom, which I finished 2-3 weeks ago, by Rosewood Manor. It's on the screen, Lee, you can read it. So that's something passing the stash from my stash. And the winner for that, the keyword was Griffins, that's Alison Foister. So congratulations, Alison. So, of all you, I think I only have one address. I'm pretty sure I've got Viv's address. But anyway, all of you just message me. My email address is down below in the doobly-doo. So I think it's leibling1919@gmail.com. Can you email me your postal address, please? And I'll get them in the mail to you before Christmas. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'll get them in the mail. I've got one thing outstanding. I haven't sent the project bag from my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm sorry about that. I took it to the post shop locally and they didn't have anything suitable to post it in. And then I don't work close to a post shop in town, so I have to take it to a different post shop. But anyway, I will get that in the mail probably at the same time I post these, so I apologise for that. So if you're waiting for the project bag, and I can't remember who won it now, Australia, I haven't posted it because I haven't been able to get anything to mail it in. And I need to try harder, so it's pretty crap of me. But everything else went out in the mail over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, sorry that took a little bit longer than I thought. We don't have post shops as easy to get to these days as they used to be. Anyway, so yeah, let me know if you won one of those giveaways. Please, yeah, email me your contact details or your postal address to the email address, and I'll get them out to you. For the week, I don't know. So I'm not starting the ball until the 1st. So I've got, what, today, 4 days to work on Whipple 2. I think that's it. So I'm going to wrap this up. It's quite long. I've got to cut a little bit out. I will see you all next week, hopefully. Well, I should be seeing most of you next week. Yeah, be kind to each other. Take care. Find joy in your stitching. Be safe, especially around this crazy time of year with all the festivities that go on. And as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.